Hi everybody, welcome to week 4. Last week we read an introduction and overview to critical theories, and this week we cover a key step in how we got to there from mass society and propaganda theory, media effects. To start, let's consider how media effects theory might already be at work in our daily interactions with media and with others. Have you ever shared a piece of media to try and convince someone of something, or even to change their mind? I know I have. You can just call my dad and he'll tell you. But what's the motivation there? On some level, we must believe not just that media have explanatory or authoritative power, but that others will be influenced by not just the media message, but also our endorsement of that media. However, mass society theory and propaganda theory were largely debunked years ago. So what could be behind the influences of media and society? Media effects theory was the next step in trying to figure this out theoretically and empirically. The media effects trend posited that media does have some effects on individuals, but it is unclear how and to what degree. Answering those concerns should be the focus of research, and that research should hew to methods from the sciences that provide empirical quantitative results. That's where media effects theories are coming from. It's part of a 20th century turn towards science as the answer to the world's problems that took off particularly during and after World War II, when government and industry, impressed by the scientific advancement during the war, incorporated technological advances everywhere from investment in hard sciences to development and promotion of domestic sciences, science and its rational solutions to societal problems. It was assumed could help even a housewife to streamline her cooking and cleaning. Functionalism was a major part of this as the scientific method was applied to social theory, seeing social systems as comprised of parts that function together and affect each other. Communications would be one part of that functioning system. Paul Lazarsfeld and Carl Hovland, both social scientists, were early pioneers here, believing that the focus on method first would lead to development of appropriate theory. This would mean that theory would be grounded in observation, not just speculation. Other new aspects of this approach included the research as administrative, connected with private industry interests and consumer attitudes and behaviors, therefore backed not just by academic, but also private industry and government institutions. This led also to media companies developing their own media research that was rooted in what Lazarsfeld and his compatriots did, such as polling, focus groups, interviews, surveys, and other audience studies, which are still cornerstones of advertising industry research today. Propaganda and other mass society theory assumptions about direct effects were quickly demonstrated by media effects theorists to not have the immediate impact previously assumed and or feared. Notably, Lazarsfeld's voting study refuted propaganda theory as few respondents were found to actually have changed their minds based on media exposure. Rather, he developed the idea of a more influential two-step flow model involving gatekeepers within mass media who approve certain messages, then those messages being amplified more effectively by opinion leaders to opinion followers. There are other approaches to media studies detailed by Baran and Davis, including phenomenistic theory and attitude change theory, but I'm highlighting two-step flow here because the components of it, such as gatekeeper theory and the idea of opinion leaders, is still really present, not just in academic research, but also in private industry and advertising and marketing research and tactics, such as the influence of influencers and the investment in, say, YouTube celebrities who people believe have large audiences that they think, oh, well, they listen to this influencer. That's a direct outgrowth of two-step flow model. It's a complicated approach of testing and analyzing to get to empirical facts that then inform theory. All of that is wrapped up in what was deemed middle range theory. It dominated mid-20th century approaches to media studies and still has a home in academic and, as previously mentioned, a firm foothold in industry judgments as to the success and impact of media today. Questions raised about and by this approach, however, include concerns over the larger role of media in society, whether such individual focus ignored a broader picture. Critics claim that such attitudes could not be conducted in a vacuum, and this is what will inform our next steps of studying critical theory.